Unfortunately, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Tamir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man will go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
All right, hello everyone, Grand Rising. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Shakur, and this is your first morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right, and so let's get back into it. Hello, Stacy, Khalid, Wayne World is here, Juju B, Nadia, Bronze Flat Power God, Terry Hitton's in the house, Edward. All right, Brand Slayer TV, Filma Bell. Okay, let's get into it. Cherokee Descended Dale, 504 Nola, Jeff ATL, the lovely T is here. All right, Queen Amoni Huey, Capricornus, Miss Evie is here. All right, Juju said, Queen, look amazing. Thank you, beloved. All right, Rashid, I see you. Nessie X, Wavy though. All right, so everyone, please get the likes up. You all know how low down and dirty they do the part of the low queen. I'm just trying to bring you all the news, and they won't just let me live. All right, hey, Priscilla, Scoop, Nadia, Gina in the house, Claudette, Piggy's Picks. All right, let's get into it. Everyone get those likes up. Hey, Miss Peaches. All right, DD Dallas, DD in Dallas. Khalid Harleman House, Silent D. Shout out to my moderators putting in work. Okay, so let's get into it. Juju said, low down, dirty scoundrels. All right, let's get into it. Hello, Dan. Timber Dan in the house. All right, so first things first, let's talk about it. Fannie Willis, honey, they trying to give Fannie Willis the business. I want y'all to pay attention, honey. They're trying to do any and everything they can to keep Trump from facing consequences for all of his nefarious actions. That's what they're trying to do. Mr. Mystical Black Realms in the house, Nessa G. Okay, now they have subpoenaed Fannie Willis. All right, or Fannie Willis. Fonnie Willis subpoenaed to testify over alleged self-dealing affair as Trump co-defendant in RICO case accuses DA's office of intentionally withholding key information. Let's get into it. Now, here's what they have to say. Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis and Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade have been subpoenaed to testify in an upcoming hearing over allegations they are having an affair that has resulted in the misuse of public funds, according to a lawsuit. On Tuesday, attorneys representing Michael Roman, a staff member for Donald Trump's 2020 campaign, sued the district attorney's office, alleging instances in which Georgia Open Records Act has been violated in the course of seeking documents related to the alleged affair. Roman is a co-defendant in the election subversion and racketeering case against Trump and various others. Now, in early January, Roman first publicized the allegations against Fonnie and Wade in a bombshell lawsuit, arguing the prosecutorial duo should be disqualified from the proceedings due to conflict of interest because of their alleged self-dealing nepotistic relationship. Now, I find this all interesting. At the end of the day, don't they do this all the time themselves? Have inappropriate relationships, as they call it. But also, how is it inappropriate? They're just dating. Now, the problem is, was he qualified for the task of which he's been hired to perform? I have questions about that indeed, because he's never tried a case like this, supposedly. And then all this money that's been allocated to him, well, they said he's been spending all on Fonnie, so quite frankly, they're pressed. Now, a hearing over those allegations is slated to be held on February the 15th before Fulton County Superior Court Scott McAfee. They say Mr. Roman has subpoenaed Willis and Wade to testify at the February 15, 2024 hearing. And the lawsuit was filed Tuesday by Marietta-based attorneys Ashley Merchant and John Merchant. Now, while Willis and Wade have been subpoenaed, however, that is no guarantee they will actually testify in the matter. The judge has given the deposed parties until February the 2nd to respond to the subpoena request. And if past filings in the romantic subplot of the RICO case have been any indication, both will likely seek to quash their subpoenas. Now they want to get all the salacious details of their so-called affair out there in the public so everybody knows everything. They're not going to get up there and testify. Please pay attention. Now, Roman's latest lawsuit contains a nod to some prior proceedings. They say Wade is scheduled to appear at a separate evidentiary hearing in his pending divorce matter tomorrow. Now, that's what the complaint reads, saying that, of course, is now a bit out of date. So on Wednesday, Wade temporarily settled his long-running divorce with his estranged wife, thereby avoiding testifying in divorce proceedings over the division of the marital estate and assets. Now, earlier this month, Fulton County Judge Henry Thompson stayed a subpoena request for Willis to testify in the family law matter pending Wade's testimony in that since scuttling hearing. Now, it is more likely than not that neither Wade nor Willis will have to testify in the divorce matter. But still, McAfee refuses to quash the merchant subpoenas. The prosecutors will almost certainly have to testify about the divorce. The heart of the underlying lawsuit announcing those subpoenas is the claim the Fulton County District Attorney's Office intentionally, repeatedly, and willfully violated Georgia law by refusing to provide documents relevant to the allegations against Willis and Wade. So they say none of the records sought from the defendant are subject to any exception. Now, defendant has refused to provide plaintiff access to public records, including those sought in the request, for an unreasonable time period and without a proper or legal basis for doing so. The filing outlines well over a dozen instances in which the district attorney's office failed to respond to record requests within 3 days that is mandated by the statute. And Roman's attorneys claim the office has only a handful of occasions, on a handful of occasions, and after repeatedly being asked to do so, provided a meager amount of records. They say defendant has no legal basis under the act to wield responsive documents without substantial justification.
Indeed, it appears that defendant is acting intentionally and in an effort to hide from public view documents showing how FCDA has spent public monies related to the operation of the Office of FCDA. Now, the filing also says several requests were prematurely closed without reason. More often than not, the DA's office has blatantly and falsely claimed not to have documents in their possession. So, in other words, lying. Okay? Now, they know darn well they have the documents, and I can't condone the lies and the BS. I absolutely cannot condone the lies and the BS because they know darn well they have these documents of which these people are requested. But let me continue. They say, upon information and belief, defendant is in possession of additional documents and materials that are responsive to plaintiff's request pursuant to the Act, and which are not subject to any exception under the Act, but which nonetheless still have not been produced. The lawsuit alleges one instance after nearly 5 months of disavowals, closed requests, and denials of having such records, in which the DA's office provided numerous documents in response to the initial open records request. Now, the attorneys maintain the DA's office, however, still left numerous documents outstanding. They say defendant has acted in violation of the Act without substantial justification and continues to act in violation of the Act without any justification. And so anyway, they're trying to take Fannie down. Fannie, please pay attention. They say the district attorney's office has disputed these allegations, however, and saying that despite consistent communication, you imply that this office has failed to meet its obligation under the Georgia's Open Records Act. Respectfully, we disagree with your disingenuous implication. An unsigned letter from the Open Records Division of the DA's office was sent on January 26th and attached as an exhibit to the lawsuit. Roman's filing comes on the heels of a Monday lawsuit alleging similar violations of the Peach State's open records law filed by conservative government watchdog organization Judicial Watch. Now, I'm sure we all can see this. How could we miss it? Like I said, this is just an attempt to thwart the efforts of them having Trump pay consequences for his nefariousness, as well as the other devils that have worked with him in concert. Okay? It's all crazy. Wayne said, this seems to happen to anyone who is responsible for prosecuting Trump. Exactly, beloved. That's exactly what happens. Okay? They go and dig up some sort of dirt and find some sort of scandal. Looking under every rock, crack, and crevice, please pay attention, with the hopes of finding something significant enough that will hold up in court so they can let this man get off. Because they want Trump right back in the White House, in the Oval Office. Please pay attention. Now, let me ask you all this. Claudette and Dan said, exactly, Queen. Okay. Dan said the mega base is busy. You already know. Wayne said, oh, so crazy. Here's the question. Here's the question I have to you all. Naja said they should have known they were going to be scrutinized for trying to bring Trump down. Exactly. And that's why they should have kept their little side affair, romance, whatever they want to call it. They should have kept that under, they should have just kept that under wraps, at least until the divorce was completely finalized. I'm sorry, this is just all so stupid to me. Now, Juju said, hold on, this is just what I was about to ask Juju. Juju said, I want Trump. At least he was looking at reparations. Now, that was the question that I had. The question being, one's in the chat, because here's the thing. Now, if you all had, literally, if you had to make a choice between Trump or Biden and nobody else, Trump or Biden, who would you all pick? I have questions. Queen, do you think Fannie is being a Biden lapdog and bit off more than she could chew? No, I don't. I just think she's doing what she does best. And, that's be a plantation mammy. Because that's what she is to me, beloved. That's what she is to me. Everybody's saying Trump. Wow, this is interesting. Okay. Miss Eva said, I'm voting on my couch. Okay, I heard that. Everybody saying Trump. Well, Biden looks like the black folks don't want you back in the Oval Office. Okay, just as I suspected. Claudette said Trump over Biden any day. I know that's right. I feel the same way. Timber Dan said no comment. Well, if they had a gun on me right then and there, which one do you want? I'm going to have to say Trump. Did y'all hear Biden the last time he was giving a speech? That was just mumbo jumbo. Like nobody could tell. It sounded like he was gurgling mouthwash. It literally sounded. Dan said he didn't say Trump, Queen. Okay, Dan. It sounds like he was gurgling mouthwash. Miss Eva said hashtag bye Biden, hashtag Shady Pines. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, well, now let's talk about it. Okay, so I told you all a few days ago, you heard it here first. I told you all about how these tech execs, how they're being sued, okay, because of these children, these teens who were trafficked, and this was done via their platforms. And they mentioned ScrewTube, Facebook, which is Meta, Instagram, okay, TikTok even. So now they all went to Congress. They met before Congress and they were grilled, okay? I'm going to pull it up so you all can see this for yourselves. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Scoop says Trump supports qualified immunity. I'm cool on him. Honey, they all support it at the end of the day. They all support qualified immunity at the end of the day. And so does Tim Scott. So here we go. Let's get into it. Likes up. Everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
The CEOs of Discord, Snap, TikTok, X, and Meta met by a sea of parents holding photos of children they say were victimized on the social media companies' platforms.
Mr. Zuckerberg, you and the companies before us, I know you don't mean it to be so, but you have blood on your hands. You have a product. You have a product that's killing people.
The topic today, sexual predators targeting young people through social media and the blackmailing of teens tricked into sharing explicit photos. Mary Rohde says it happened to her son Riley, who then took his own life.
Riley died on March 30th, 2021, when he was a victim of sexploitation on Facebook's Messenger app.
You're on national television. Would you like now to apologize to the victims who have been harmed by your product? Show them the pictures.
In a dramatic moment during questioning from Republican Senator Josh Hawley, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg stood to address the parents packing today's hearing.
I'm sorry for everything that you've all been through. It's terrible. No one should have to go through the things that your families have suffered. And this is why we invested so much and are going to continue doing industry-leading efforts to make sure that no one has to go through the types of things that your families have had to suffer.
When he stood up, he said, "I'm sorry for your pain." But I don't really think he's sorry for my pain.
The tech CEOs today choosing to keep their remarks to their testimony, not stopping for any questions about the surge in child sexual abuse material online.
Is Meta doing enough? Who did you think he was?
He said he lived about 10 minutes away. He was my age, like 14, 15, just a regular boy.
Ellen, whose last name we agreed to withhold, was 14 years old when she says she started communicating on Snapchat with a person she thought was a teen.
I'd never had attention from a boy before that, so it was all new area for me.
She says she sent innocent photos of herself, and the boy soon began sending her sexually explicit pictures.
Naked photos?
Yes.
More than once?
Correct. But his face was never in it.
Her mom, Carrie, had no clue.
She's sitting right next to me on our couch, probably talking to him.
And you didn't know?
I had no idea.
What was your first clue that something was wrong?
When Homeland Security came to my work. It turns out that a man outside of our state has been talking to my daughter and had a plane ticket with her name, and he's ready to come get her.
To take her away?
To take her away.
According to a Department of Homeland Security spokesperson, that man who had been messaging Ellen had been communicating with other minors on social media. He has since pleaded guilty to child pornography charges. Ellen is now thriving and in college, but the ordeal devastated her and led to thoughts of suicide.
I didn't see a purpose in life anymore. I just thought my life was over after that.
At today's hearing, Snap's CEO was apologetic over how the platform he helped create has been misused.
Words cannot begin to express the profound sorrow I feel that a service we designed to bring people happiness and joy has been abused to cause harm.
Snap says it does not have reports about Ellen's specific case, but called it illegal and against our policies, adding, "We work diligently to prevent predators from misusing and abusing Snapchat." On the Hill today, senators pushing for a number of bills to address children's safety on social media.
What difference will today really make?
This was a unique hearing. I think there's a major change because of those families, real people behind them, and because of the fact that the members are focusing a lot of their wrath, yes, on the companies, but on why are you opposing these bills?
So, Kate, let's talk about those bills. What are these senators trying to pass, and where does the legislation stand right now?
Lester, there are at least half a dozen proposed bills ranging from requiring social media platforms to do more to protect kids, creating a new criminal offense for distributing sexual imagery, and even ensuring that these companies can be held liable in a civil court. Tonight, Majority Leader Chuck Schumer tells NBC News this issue will be a legislative priority. Lester.
Kate, thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC.
All right, there you have it. There you have it. And here's the thing. At the end of the day, they know that this stuff is going on. You don't think they know? Well, of course they do. They absolutely know this stuff is going on. Why aren't parents being parents and saying no to social media, says Wavy though? Well, here's the thing. I think that parents who allow their children to use social media, I think the children should be at least 13 years old. Nobody younger than that. That's just my opinion. And I think it's okay for them to use it, but you just have to be checking their history. You have to warn them about predators online, and you have to be checking their history to make sure you know who they're talking to and not just taking their word for it. That's what I think should be happening at the end of the day. Brand Slayer TV said, even if they're 18 and up, these kids lie about their age to get an account. People misuse everything. They absolutely do. And, here's the thing. At the end of the day, you can't shield your children from everything. You can try, but there's always things that can happen despite all your efforts. The best thing to do with social media, any type of online activities, is to just double check behind them, okay, to see what they're up to as best you can. As best you can. That young lady is lucky because had the FBI not intervened, had they not already been tracking this whole freak, she could have been just come up missing, dead somewhere, or sold off somewhere for trafficking. Okay? Sold off somewhere for trafficking. It's all so sad. And just think about how many people just like her, many of them my complexion, who this happens to. Because there's no FBI on the trails of the person. Because this person's going undetected online, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Please pay attention. It's also sad. Tia Y'all said, there are predators on the video game sites. I have confronted many. Parents, monitor your kids. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's almost impossible to circumvent these fools. Queen, my G-Son account is hooked up to mine. I can view the history, what he's doing. Exactly. That's a very good idea. That's what all parents should be doing. Okay, that's what all parents should be doing, honey. And if they don't like it, tell them, well, you don't have to be on social media. How about I just ban you from it, okay? How about I just cut off the internet? That's what should be happening. Wavy though said that's why it's up to parents to monitor and know what their kids are involved with and into. Exactly. Lakeisha said, I don't agree. They should be 28 years old to use social media. Not 28 years old, honey. Here's the thing, Lakeisha. Lakeisha, sit down somewhere. Okay, and you know darn well we can't make them wait that long. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, even adults get fooled online. So really, what do? Even grown people get fooled online. Look at all the scams that people fall for. Look at the people that have gone on these dating sites and been abducted or been murdered, beaten, violated. One man even ate somebody. So there's real, and this is a breeding ground. The internet specifically is a breeding ground for predators and killers. That now the serial killers, as I told you before, they don't have to go around prowling and looking for victims on the streets late at night like they used to. They can just log on to the internet, okay, and pretend to be someone they're not, because we all know that you can pretend to be anyone you want on the internet. All right. Just another woman said, Queen. Oh, I'm sorry. I read that one already. At the end of the day, this is what happens. This is what happens. Parents should, Lakeisha says parents should stop pimping their kids with pics of their kids. You know, some of these parents be out here clout chasing. Some of them clout chase. And then some of these parents, you know, they need money. So they're out here making videos of their children and stuff like that, you know, trying to get their children a career in acting or singing or whatever. And so these are just some of the things that you just have to pay attention to, because at the end of the day, I mean, you can't run from it. These people are out there. It's like, really, there's no escape. Okay, you just have to be careful and do your due diligence and just hope for the best. That's all I can tell you to do, honey, because it's all crazy. Roddy says social media is a cesspool of evil. You have to be on guard at all times. Exactly. That's the gist of it. Okay, so now let's talk about this low down, talking about scams. Let's talk about this low down dirty devil who was in fact pretending that he was a funeral director and that he was going to be burying these people's loved ones. And he was taking the insurance money. He was lying. He was not even embalming the bodies. He was doing all sorts of things. There's at least 50 families that we know have been victimized by him, but there's no telling how many more there actually are. This is also sick. Just basically taking advantage of these people during their time of grief. And it's a black man. Please pay attention. It's all nefarious.
No ashes tonight. That is what some families say they are dealing with after losing their loved one.
Investigators say this man, Javon Major, posed as a funeral director. They believe there are more victims. KPRC2's Bryce Newberry has more on the scheme, all new at 10.
The investigation started 8 months ago. Tonight, 2 people have been arrested, and victims are still demanding justice because they say in some cases their loved ones' bodies were bloated and dark when they should have been embalmed.
My son got killed, and for him to come and take advantage of us, that's not right.
Anita Thomas is one.
I have never heard of anybody doing this, but this man needs to be buried under the jail.
Shudamis Hicks is another, both united in grief but caught in a scheme.
It turns my stomach because you're dealing with people at the most vulnerable time of their lives.
Investigators from Harris County Precinct 1 Constable Alan Rosen's office arrested 26-year-old Javon Major and 38-year-old Sandy Broussard, him for forgery and her for theft, after a tip from the Texas Funeral Commission. He posed as a licensed funeral director and mortician, investigators say. The pair forged signatures of beneficiaries and got life insurance money of dead people.
Funerals were supposed to take place, and there would be no funeral. Embalming was supposed to take place on some of these family members, and it didn't happen.
When I walked in and I looked at my son, his body was bloated. He was dark.
This victim says Major didn't embalm her son properly.
I had to run out to church because I couldn't deal with the smell.
And she still doesn't know if the ashes she's wearing are her own son's. In some cases, Rosen says Major would reach out to families.
When I say this man is a good talker, he can talk you down.
Claiming to be friends with the deceased. In others,
he got a suit on, he looking real nice. You know, he like, oh, this is my business card. Like, he got it all planned out just like a scammer does.
No matter how he did it, these alleged victims haven't been able to grieve appropriately and say he must be stopped.
I don't know, I cry. I can't believe it, and I just feel like if justice not served, then we've been failed.
Tonight, both Major and Broussard are out on bond, according to records, but the constable's office says this is an ongoing investigation and they want to hear from you if you may have been a victim as well. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.
Uncensored Truth said he was eating well. Yeah, he was. Big old self. Let me tell you something, honey. I wouldn't have hired him. First of all, he looks very young. I know they said he's 26, but he looks even younger than that to me. And talking about he's a whole funeral director. I would have had several questions. I'm just saying. Because even if he was legit and showed me a license, I still would have questions because where's your experience? You look like a rookie. And I wouldn't want someone that's a rookie funeral director doing anything with my loved one. So no, I wouldn't have hired him in the first place. Sorry. And then that lady said she had to run out of the church. And here's the thing. I watched the entire press conference. It was almost 20 minutes long. This man is so nefarious. Okay. One woman told him, "You didn't bomb my son." She was like, that church was so stunk up. She had to run out there and all that. And then he told her, yeah, that wasn't him. He said that was the smell in the church. That's just how the church smells. We can go back and you can still smell it right now. Yeah, I bet she can still smell it because it was so funked up from you not doing the right job. I mean, that's what he tried to tell. Like, saying that's how the church was already smelling. And then one lady said that she found out she has the wrong ashes. Now, that lady doesn't know if she has the right ashes, the one they showed, but I'm willing to bet money she doesn't have the right ones, because there was another woman who said, in fact, that she knows that she now has the wrong ashes because they found her son's body. They found her son's body in a whole nother state. Now, what's really going on? This is all crazy. This is all crazy. He was going through some company where he was sending them the insurance paperwork or whatever, and then they were, I guess, fronting him the money. And then so he was not doing what he was supposed to do. He was making thousands and thousands of dollars doing this, and that woman was helping him. She knew what was going on. This is all low down, honey. When people are out here grieving, and then some people didn't even get to have funerals. I want you all to pay attention. Now, can you imagine your loved one's deceased? You're sitting up here giving over the insurance information to this fool, thinking the funeral arrangements are going to be made, all of that, and then to turn and find out you don't even get to have a funeral because he's bilked away the money. And then he's no longer answering your calls. You don't know where to find him, any of those things. That's how he did in some of the cases. That's how he did in some of these cases. Yes, it is despicable. Absolutely. Now, let's talk about somebody else who's despicable. Steve Harvey. I don't know why liars lie, like Katt Williams said. Steve Harvey is nothing more than a nefarious liar and a thief. Okay, let's get into it. Like stuff, everyone, please like and share. Don't forget, right after this broadcast, I'm going to be live on the backup channel. Okay, make sure you tune in. You don't want to miss it. Some idiots who looks like me, my same skin tone, blasted his whole family, took out 3 of his own family members. Just all so sick. We're going to talk about it. So let's get into it. Now, Steve Harvey, let's just drop the receipts on all the lies he's been telling over the years. First of all, about that high top fade that he didn't really have.
Dude that cut my hair, I met him in 1986. He cut my hair for $10. When I got on TV, I had hired. He came out there, he started making $300 a haircut. He had been with me so many years that he was making $1,500 per haircut. I was getting my hair cut 4 times a week for television and touring. I paid him $1,500 each time. He was making $6,000 a week. You know what he was doing? Cutting hair. That same haircut I paid $10 for in '87. This dude was cutting it now for me for $1,500. I cut my hair off. We had to put him on suicide watch for a little while. But then let me tell you what he did. I paid him a chunk of money for being with me all these years. Gave him a severance pay. Told him good luck. Guess what this dude got now? He got 4 salons and he owned 2 barber colleges. You know what this dude make now? $3.6 million a year.
Just lying. Just a lying. Now he sat up there. See, I want to tell you about something. That's what you call a pathological liar. Okay? That's what you call a pathological liar. That man know he's sitting up there lying. All right? Now, first of all, who's getting a haircut 4 times a week? Who's doing that? A grizzly bear? Who's getting their haircut 4 times a week and spending all that money, $6,000 a week? Steve, please sit down somewhere. Hold on. This is also nefarious. Also nefarious.
Man, this ninja been lying to me all this time. I want him locked up, man. I want Steve Harvey in Pelican Bay. He been lying to me about this fake hairstyle, all allegedly. He been talking about the Steve Harvey hairline. Turned out, man, you ain't get no hairline. Turned out, man, your hair been bald and scalded, milky way all this time, man. Smooth as baby bottom, man. They say Steve Harvey hair fake, man. All this time you been lying to me all my childhood.
He didn't have those 7 TV shows. He stopped stand-up. He got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Katt Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost because Katt Williams said he was actually bald and that was a wig. And I went in and that's why he couldn't do stand-up anymore. I'm sorry.
He said he wants him in Pelican Bay. Please pay attention.
Evil Knievel coming out of retirement. Evil gonna strap a ham sandwich on his back and try and run through the crowd.
Now hold on. Do you all notice the bald spots on top of his head? Please pay attention to the bald spot at the top of the screen. It's right on top of his head.
Evil Knievel coming out of retirement. Evil gonna strap a ham sandwich on his back and try and run through the crowd.
That nigga should have talked about me the way I've been to talk about his bitch man. I'm the wrong nigga to fucking been back to a championship, my nigga. You did. You see that nigga had to take off that lace front high top fade before he came out here to battle me, goddamn. I plays no motherfucking game, Steve. I'm a little nigga, I fight dirty. You did. You did, baby. What the fuck is he thinking about? Man, he trying to copy off me and bring that ugly ass, sparkly ass tie out. With a regular black suit like he was going to a funeral. Yours, nigga, yours.
Whatever Katt Williams said Steve Harvey did,
He did that shit. Guilty as fuck.
nah, because I feel mad salty, Uncle Steve. When I was a kid, I was like, when I grow up, I want to have hair as perfect as Steve Harvey. Look at that microphone hair. Look at that Chris Line. He's so cool. Just to find out in my grown age, my favorite music teacher growing up was wearing a wig this whole time, making me think that this perfection was attainable. And I just wanted to be as fresh as Uncle Steve. Steve had a jacket in every color, so I had to have a jacket in every color. Katt Williams wasn't how I found out. I was watching Pluto TV, Showtime at the Apollo. I'm looking at a young Steve, and I'm like, hold up. Is my boy thinning? Steve Harvey was thinning before I was born. Saw a big old bald spot in the back of his head. On Facebook, he's gonna say, yeah, I had hair. Haters gonna say it's Photoshop. I ain't saying it's Photoshop, Uncle Steve. That's a wig. Tyler Perry should have got your number. You should have hooked him up. Uncle Steve was looking fly with that man piece. I ain't mad at it. But why you have to gaslight your niece, Keke Palmer? Y'all remember this?
Leo and Rose.
Keke Palmer made a Titanic joke, right? And Uncle Steve just sitting there like, what you talking about? I don't know what you're laughing at. I don't know what you're talking about.
Titanic, Steve, Titanic.
You damn well know what you're talking about. He gonna play in Keke's face and be like,
I didn't even see the movie Titanic.
why you gotta lie to your niece like that, Steve? Keke Palmer damn near almost caught a heart attack.
Now that's a disgrace.
What it was a damn lie.
How you ain't seen it, Steve? Everybody upset.
Look at all them people talking about, what?
What do you mean, what? Let me show you, Uncle Steve.
Big
This
movie
you?
that came out, the Titanic. White people always running to jump on some bullshit.
I thought you ain't never seen the movie.
Did you go see that long-ass, dry movie?
How you know it was dry if you ain't seen it, Uncle Steve?
I know what's gonna happen, goddammit, bring on the water. We sitting in here 3 hours for. That movie had been about black people, wouldn't even be.
Uncle Steve was tearing ass on stage.
Never get over that scene. She over there looking at him while he freezing.
Looking at Keke like, girl, you doing too much. Keke owning her stand-up, though.
It's been hard to watch a movie of hers since.
What was that scene?
The band.
Why you asking her for?
You saw the movie?
Right.
The band was playing as the ship went down. What black band you know gonna keep playing with the damn ship going down? Kool and the Gang would have been unplugged and shit. Man, let's get the fuck out of here.
Uncle Steve was tearing it up.
Come on, wrap this shit up. Let's go. God.
So him acting like he ain't never seen the damn Titanic, they're making Keke Palmer explain herself.
Get that amplifier up on somebody fuck around and get shot.
Y'all know
scene where it's like everybody's off the boat. At this point, you know, there are people floating gone, and there are people also that are using, like, you know, some of the furniture from the boat to be able to stay alive on the water.
Uncle Steve acting like this is news to him. Meanwhile, in his stand-up,
Goddamn dining room tables. They'd have been out there in the water.
looks like you saw the movie to me, Uncle Steve. Floating on furniture, you know what it is. Yo, fun fact, this was Michael Jackson's favorite stand-up.
One of them dinner napkins. Let some air get in it.
Uncle Steve may be a lying-ass liar, but I appreciate this Keke Palmer
Like
moment.
a little piece of something, like a piece of wood. I don't know. It was something that was holding her up. It was a door that was holding her up, and she over there trying to get him up there badly, and he like, you know, and he just like, I'll stay here, Rose. I'll stay here. Homeboy died holding on to it. She had to pull his hands off. It was so frozen. I'm like, girl, you ain't think to take turns?
Even though we know Steve saw that Titanic, I'm really happy to let Keke Palmer shine in her little stand-up with the Titanic.
Before our very eyes. She watched him. Did y'all ever get that part? That's the cold part about it. She watched my man.
Let your niece shine, Uncle Steve.
She took a nap, Steve.
Who is she?
We love you, Uncle Steve, you lying-ass liar.
Now, why did he sit there and lie as if he didn't even see the movie, but you did a whole stand-up routine about it? Okay, Juju said Keke's naturally funny. Right. I think that's why Steve was trying to act like he didn't see the movie, because he was hating on Keke because she was still in his shine. Pay attention. Sitting there acting like he didn't see the movie, but did a whole stand-up routine about it. Make it all make sense. Make it all make sense. But here's where Steve got his hairline from. Now, that's what he was really paying to get done 4 times a week. I want you all to pay attention. Okay, that's what he was really spending $6,000 a week on. Okay, getting that lace front high top. That's what he was doing. All right, he was getting that done 4 times a week. That's what he was doing. He wasn't getting his head shaved or his hair just cut. He was getting a man front. Okay, that's what Steve was doing. Please pay attention.
Now look how smooth that hairline Bernie Mac had when he had that hairline now. Now you mean to tell me Steve Harvey done stole this man's style? He done stole that man's hairline, man. He done stole that man Bernie Mac hair. He done stole his swag, man. He stole Bernie Mac's swag, man. Now he bald. He want to talk about he bald all over something. He talking about he get tired of cutting his hair. Man, you ain't never had no hair, man. You been bald all this time, allegedly, man. According to Katt Williams, he said Steve Harvey been bald and scalded all these years. So all this Steve Harvey hairline, sharp hairline, is all a false fallacy, man. It's a farce, man. It's fake. It's phony baloney caparoni. This is the original Bernie Mac hairline. This is the real hairline. Beijing. Original blackness now. The original. Not the fake Steve Harvey who we just finding out that's been fake all these years, man. This fake hater, man. They say, well, Steve Harvey hating on Bernie, man. He probably got Bernie knocked off, allegedly, man. I'm thinking, man. Yeah, they say Steve Harvey been hating on Bernie Mac, man. He been hating on my boy Bernie, man. That's what Katt Williams say. Katt Williams said Bernie Mac was being hated on by Steve Harvey, Cedric Entertainer, and Ricky Smiley and all them. He said, all I want some haters, especially Steve, boy. So what y'all think about this, man? I'm just not figuring this out, man. This is a conspiracy, man. Steve Harvey done stole this man's hairline. Because I was thinking, I said, man, Bernie Mac had that hairstyle before Steve Harvey. And then and here comes Steve Harvey. He just had a little more hair piece and he just had it higher. But, you know, Bernie had a low little fro with the sharp hairline with the Beijing.
Not with a sharp hairline. Wayne World said, who buys Afro tracks? Baby boy said, can the real Steve Harvey hairline please stand up? Michael M said, when I was younger, there was no way that my parents would let a barber mess with my hairline, especially my mother. I know that's right. Yeah. Okay. Because my sons both have eddies, what some people call widow's peaks. I have one too, as you can see. And I would always tell them, when you get your hair cut, I'm sorry, make sure that barber doesn't cut inside your hairline. Okay, so you can start balding later, honey. Pay attention. This is all nefarious. But hold on. Now, do you all remember the time that Mark Curry stood on business? Remember when Mark Curry was in an interview and he said that he confronted Steve? Yeah, he confronted him. Hold on. Let's get into it. Likes up. Everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Right? I'm going to step to me. I step to you. Right? I'm going to step to you. You ever step to him? Yeah, step to him. What'd you say to him?
Well, yeah, tell us about that.
Ask him. I mean, so we got you here. Steve ain't here. I'll ask Steve later. What'd you say to him when you stepped to him?
Ask him.
Okay.
Ask him.
Was it, you guys worked things out? Was it still?
No, I saw him at the Def Jam 25.
Oh, Def Jam, okay.
So when I see you, I see you.
Okay.
So
now here's where he stepped to him at Def Jam 25.
Steve stole my material on his show, so I had a beef on He did all my Halloween material one Halloween. I'm watching, somebody called me and said, man, homeboy doing your material. So he did my whole Halloween run. And I know he didn't think of it. And this is true stuff that really happened to me.
And we couldn't afford no Halloween costumes. Hey, kids, please. Mama sent us down to the liquor store, put boxes on us. We didn't know what we were.
I don't know what we are. I don't know. She didn't tell her. I think we UPS, I guess. I don't know. Every Halloween, I had the same outfit on. Every year. I just had a brown box. No, it wasn't nothing sad. I asked my father, could I have a new outfit? And he said, no, just wear the same one. And it was just a brown box. And he just told me to tell everybody I was a UPS.
You didn't have to do that, homeboy. Yeah. Right. So, motherfucker, you made enough money, bitch ass.
Oh, damn, they done got a play.
Def Comedy Jam was the shit. It was black. It was funny, and it made a lot of people famous. It made a lot of people rich. Made a lot of people household names, and you know what I'm talking about. Cedric the Entertainer, Kleenex. It changed comedy forever. It opened doors. People talk shit about it, then they look like damn fools years later. Now, when you look around this room, you see how ignorant it was to be a hater.
All right, you clearly saw Mark Curry confronting his behind. All right. Queen Sarah said, look at Steve's face. Exactly. Okay. Samantha said he's mad he's in the back. Dr. Carpy said that's whack, but that's Weave Harvey for you. Not Weave Harvey. Sarah just said stolen legacy, period. Okay, T.M. Y'all said Steve's delivery was dry. Oh, yes, it was. Okay, Scoop said he pressed Steve like he had the wrong colors on in the hood. You all are something else. Hold on. Now here's Mike Epps talking about Katt Williams during his stand-up.
This nigga Katt Williams done fucked the game up. That little mother, did y'all see that nigga running? That nigga was running like... That nigga said he ran a 4-4. No shirt on, nigga's hair was flying back. Nigga, Katt must be stopped. I was insulted that the nigga didn't insult me. I said, nigga, I need some fucking press too, nigga. Shit. I started to send them niggas some shit about me. This some shit you didn't know right here, nigga. The nigga said he ain't never got high with nobody. I've been high with him before. Me and that nigga sit up and did a whole 8-ball one time. Champagne, cigarettes. All night, that nigga walk around. It's beautiful. This a jacket that nigga will wear right here. The nigga told the truth, though. Oh, he was tearing them niggas' asses up. That nigga said everything I wanted to say. Oh, God, he tore them niggas' ass up. That nigga said, Cedric looking like a walrus with his hanging on top of his belly. Nigga said, Puppy tried to fuck me. Puppy tried to fuck Katt. They've been trying to fuck Katt ever since Friday after next, but Terry Crews had him in that goddamn bathroom. Oh, he told them niggas' asses up. But he told the truth about a lot of them niggas, I ain't lying. He told their ass up. I don't know how it's gonna work out for him later. Cause somebody gonna hit that nigga in the head and he don't know who gonna hit him. I called Kevin and I called him. Cedric didn't answer the phone. And I ain't never had Steve Harvey's number. That motherfucker uppity ass nigga. I tried to call that nigga. Bam, 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 bam. I called Kevin though. I called Kevin.
Look, okay, first I went on Facebook. I typed my name in, they were like, you cannot use celebrity names. I was like, word? So then I see a fake Dave Chappelle on Facebook. I go on Twitter, and the same thing. It's like, oh, it's a fake Dave Chappelle. My name, my picture was not me. No. So I started following the guy. And it turned out, Jimmy, the guy was like hilarious. Girls were tweeting him all these sexy messages. I'm like, hey, who is this guy? And then, like a week or two into it, he just turns evil and starts like a whole Twitter beef with this guy, Katt Williams. You know Katt? Absolutely. Katt Williams starts saying things to this fake Dave Chappelle that's hurting the real Dave Chappelle's feelings. You know, I go to the comedy show, I go over to Katt, and I'm like, yo, Katt, man, you know, I gotta talk to you. I don't have a Twitter page. And he's like, so what, Dave Chappelle? I don't have a Twitter page either.
Okay, now with that all been said, here's the real reason Dave went in on Katt about clowning everybody. You all know why Dave was really mad. Well, I'm so glad you asked. Dave was mad because, this is my opinion, but I think he was really butthurt and bit out of shape because nobody was talking about his Netflix special, The Dreamer. Nobody said anything about it. I still haven't heard anything about it. Have you all? Has anybody heard anything about Dave Chappelle's Netflix special called The Dreamer, where he was supposedly talking about the trans community and disabled people? Has anybody heard about it? No, nobody's heard anything. Nobody's talking about it. Okay. And since when does Dave Chappelle have a comedy special and nobody's talking about it? That almost never happens, right? And he's controversial. And he specifically talked about controversial things again. Disabled people in the trans community, but nobody said a peep. Mom was the word. That's why Dave was mad, because Katt stole his shine. Katt got all the attention. His interview with Shannon came out like the day after Dave's special dropped. Tia, y'all said you saw it was okay. Right. Teresa said she turned it off. Roddy said Dave Chappelle is half-baked. Okay. At the end of the day, but one more video and then we're up out of here because my next live is about to start on the backup channel. And if you haven't seen it, if you haven't joined, you should. Gregory said The Dreamer was not funny. Wow. Tanya said he was drunk. Tim, y'all said Dave will say what we all think. Now, this is true. This is true. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance.
I've never been the funniest person on the planet at any point. So now it doesn't matter if people have a different opinion, and it doesn't matter if my fans think differently. They're biased. They should think differently. But now Dave Chappelle has always been funnier than me. And Chris Rock has always been funnier than me. I've always been aware of who was funnier than me. I've just also been aware of who wasn't. So now I know the real Bernie Mac stories, and I know that the people that made money off Bernie Mac didn't like him. They hated his guts. And that was our king. That was our real king. Technically.
Okay. He said Dave Chappelle's funnier than him. See, he gives Dave Chappelle props. And Dave wants to throw salt. Please pay attention. Okay, Teresa said Chris Rock isn't funny. Now, I totally disagree with Katt on that. Chris Rock is not funny to me. Okay, he's not funny to me. He's never been funny to me until lately. Lately, he's a little bit more funny, in my opinion, than he used to be years ago. Queen Alana Hughes said Katt looks great in that blue. Yeah, he absolutely does. I agree. So with that all being said, on to the next live. Everyone, please like and share, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell, click the word all, so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr.A_Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. All right, and if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. I hope to see you all in the next chats. All right, matter of fact, let me drop the link real quick before I roll up out of here. Let me drop the link to the next live in the chat before I'm out. Be sure to get those likes up, beloveds. Okay, here we go. All right, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives.
With that gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the Queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now.
That's
See
right.
a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy.
Real slick.
I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas. other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got